Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome on in. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good night. Why did the music stop suddenly? That was ominous and weird. Okay. Okay. Good times. Good times. Hopefully we don't have the magnitude of technical gremlins that we had last week. But you know what? It just remains to be seen. We'll figure it out. Well, welcome on in. I'm Geoff. You can call me Wags, or any other creative name that you may come up with, as long as it's respectful. Welcome on in. We're gonna do some art tonight. That is what we do on this channel. I am half of a creative team. I'm the art half of a team with my wife. And we like to do comics, especially for kids. So we're working on a couple graphic novel projects we'd like to get published someday. Someday soon, preferably. But we also do shorter form comics for kids, some with educational content. Yeah, I also like to do slice of life comics and lots of fan art as well, which is, you'll see that on here a lot as well. Some video game fan art. I'm a bit of a game fan gamer. I'm a gamer. Well, it's weird. It feels weird when you, it turns out when you're grown up and have kids, it's harder to find time to game. So it's weird calling yourself a gamer, but I do love games. Anyway, all that aside, welcome on in. I hope you're ready to have a chill time. I'm going to work on a little bit of art. And I hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good week. It is Thursday, guys. We have almost made it. We've almost made it through the week, which is exciting. As always. I'm just gonna prep something real quick over in my Clip Studio and there we go. Cool. That's all good. And one more thing. Good. Cool. Cool. Thanks for bearing with me. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Let's do a little bit of warm up. And the way that I like to do warm up is with these guys. So I picked out 4 or 5 before stream that I figured I could work with, and I'm gonna randomly pick one right now, and from there we're just gonna go ahead and use that Pokemon for a warm-up. Let me shuffle them up, not that I had on a pre-organized order. All right, so we're gonna pick one for a warm-up tonight, and I choose is it gonna come in there? Come on, camera, focus. Skrelp. All right, Skrelp. Fun name. Yeah, so Skrelp, the one of the sea dragon, seahorse type Pokemon. Yeah. So, while I'm pulling up a quick reference for that to have on screen. Here's the deal with warm-ups. It's going to be 5 minutes. It's not going to be a finished piece of art by any stretch of the imagination. The point is just to warm up my arm and brain and have a little bit of fun along the way. So I usually work in my process is typically I'll start with a rough sketch. Then once I'm happy with that, I'll go on to like pencils, which is a little bit cleaner sketch, pretty tight. I like to make my pencils pretty tight most of the time, and then from there I would go on to inks or final lines, then colors, highlighting, etc. Not every artist will follow the same process, but that's mine. I like it. We're not gonna get to inks during a 5-minute warm-up. Probably won't even finish pencils, may not even get to pencils for that matter. It just kind of depends how long I spend talking and how much I spend messing with the pose and getting the thumbnail together. But that initial step I always find to be really important in terms of leverage, like setting yourself up for the rest of the piece going well. So let's hop over to our Clip Studio Paint window. That is the program that I am using. Yeah, so we're gonna hop in and drop in my reference layer. There we go. Adjust the size a wee bit. Label my layers. Yes, I do want to apply that transformation. Cool. That's all good. Get my timer ready to go. All right, so 5 minutes. And hey, I always encourage and invite you to draw along with on the stream here. You don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can draw whatever you want. Whatever you want. However, it's just fun. It's fun to hang out, to draw together, listen in, have a little bit of conversation while you're drawing and seeing what someone else is working on. So, yeah, grab a pencil, grab some paper, and timer starts now. All right, so I like to do my sketches in, let's say purple for this guy, yeah, in a non-black color. Just kind of helps me, you know, mentally remember, like, hey, I'm doing a sketch, I'm not working on a final piece here. Yeah. Also a little bit of a holdover from the days of sketching in like a light blue, which doesn't scan as cleanly as black, so then you can do your lines in black and switch it to a black and white, and you eliminate a lot of your sketch work from the scan that way. So also I like to, I can switch this up a little bit more. I like to draw my Pokemon sleeping. It's a little constraint that I add that kind of sparks the creativity. And also it's just super cute. So I would like to switch it up just a little bit so I'm not just basically copying the official art. So have the body kind of coming in like this, a little more straight on, and then the tail coming around. Nose will be coming in like this. Like that. We'll adjust this layer a little bit. Might have to actually shrink it down. Actually, what we could do is flip the canvas. Me just gonna just a moment. There we go. Alright, back to the art. Just a little bit of chat management. Every now and then we get the bots in here with some solicitations, but you know, they're just doing their job. We don't begrudge them. At least not a whole lot. But also I'm not leaving their links up in my chat. So let's get this one back a little more. It's kind of like a rounded guy here, then kind of over the eyes. This kind of comes out of the head, and then you got like the little wingy type structure here. Something like that. It's interesting. I picked this one knowing that it would be a little bit more of a challenge because so many of the ones that I do are just the ones that kind of fit in that like general cute mammal category. Sorry, let's do this like a little piece of, you know, seaweed or whatever. Janos, hey! Ladies and gentlemen, he needs no introduction. It's the returning champion at 2023 MVP Dominant Superstar. No, wait. And as such, goodbye. Wait, where are you going? Come back, friend. Just coming in to say hey, do you have to go? But also, hey, how's it going? Glad to see you. Regardless. So that helmet chunk needs to be a little bit chunkier. There we go. You just needed a totally awesome way to enter stream as usual. Well, you got it, my friend. No, it was fun. Fun to read. Yeah, that's timer. It goes quick when you stop to mod out bots, but that's okay. That's okay. Of course it wasn't. I made it up and I'm totally awesome. Anything I do is amazing and radical, and I'm simply better. I mean, yeah. Well, come on in. No stabbies or fainting tonight, hopefully. Starting off the stream with ego through the roof, you gotta love it. I mean, you know, it's a good way to go. You know, the other question is you could do the whole bit of, I guess it's not a question. You could do the whole bit, but concussions are present? What? Janos, what is going on, my man? How hath thou been concussed? How concusseth thou? How? You know what I mean. It's all good. It was a result of the fainting bit. Okay. You know what? Now it's all coming together. That makes a lot of sense. How doth thou bring thyself a concussion, F? Ye old concussion with an E at the end. Okay, saving this one. That's okay. You know, I'm happy I pushed myself to do a little bit of a different pose. It's definitely a bit out of the norm of some of the Pokemon that I've been doing for warm-up, so this is good. This is good. And of course the goal is always to come in and get something that I could return to later. Like the basic, the bones, the good bones of a finished piece to come. And I think this fits that. I think it's okay. But yeah, if you have noticed, my body's in peak condition, and it's my daily mission to challenge that. But what if you are trying to challenge and bring yourself out of peak condition, and in fact you just end up making yourself stronger and even more peak? What if trying to not peak, but then accidentally more peak? Yeah. Well, so I should probably know this, but how does one do self-care after a concussion? So you're saying I should wither away under a rock on the streets like a hermit? Waggy, you're a genius. I'll be right back. I need to go pack my things. I'm just saying, if you never try anything, you can never get stronger, right? Atrophy, this is the way. Yeah, so what I'm doing here, by the way, everybody, anyone else who's watching, if anybody's out there, yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm going to hop into the main piece tonight. We're continuing on the Kingdom Hearts 2 illustration I've been working on. Yeah, this all started from a series of ideas I had. I was trying to come up with a piece that I wanted to do for GDQ, for Summer Games Done Quick. I ended up doing this guy, which I'm super proud of and just like to show off. I ended up doing this guy. Actually got it printed on a blanket, which came out super awesome, and it was so soft. But did that. But I really loved like all the other sketches that I did for ideas. So I'm coming back and working on some more of them, starting with this one. Self-care with a concussion is whack. limit my screen time and nap whenever my brain said I want to nap, with which my sleeping problem I didn't think was going to happen. You ended up getting 14 hours of sleep in one day. As an insomniac, I was at a loss for words. That's incredible. I mean, that's good if your body needed it. I am super happy that you got that rest. That's super duper important. Okay, so I did use this like super textured tapered pen on this one. So I have to figure, I'm working on like 3 different pieces at the same time, and I only do this one on stream right now. So I'm having to remind myself of exactly what it is that I'm doing, or which specific brushes I'm using. So that's good times. It hasn't gotten crazily worse, though you did get bad yesterday and this morning. So if it continues to show no sign of improvement, you'll have to get it checked out. See if there's some proper medication for it, or need to go get a new brain, which would suck because I'm so intelligent. I mean, yes. Yeah, I don't, so... You would think I would know this as someone who has likely had a couple of concussions as a kid, but I don't know if there's a medication. Because I think like part of what you're dealing with is swelling, right? Inflammation. And so waiting for that to go down. But I guess if it's chronic and doesn't go down, then there might be something that you would need to do. So when it's bad, is it like dizziness or like fogginess or sleepiness, headache? I guess I'm just curious. I mean, if you don't feel like talking about it, you definitely don't have to, but yeah. What was my brush size here? That seems about right. Enough about me. Although I get it, I'm a wonderful subject. I'm simply that amazing. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I guess that's the simplest way to go with it. Let's keep talking about me then. Yes. Actually, maybe we could go a little bit bigger on that brush size. Just want to make sure, because what I did with when I drew Hainer here, I did like a way thicker brush size than I did on Pence, and then I ended up having to back that out. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit big. I'm gonna go 12. Air on the smaller side. What is your favorite piece of Janos related trivia, Janos? It felt really weird saying that, but I swear it makes sense. When it's gotten pretty bad, it's mostly just tiredness, specifically an overwhelming exhaustion with a heavy headache and a nausea. You're gonna puke, but kind of a general body weakness, kind of similar to when I fainted. Oof. Oh, that's a great one. But can you elaborate? That's too broad. I was clearly not prepared for this. Man, what makes good trivia? This hand, I feel like, is not quite coming because I shifted the position of the arm. It's all falling apart, man. Always be prepared for the great one. Okay, so that's a good one. You often refer to yourself as Wanos. Why? I don't know. I'm like wielding my pen accusingly. Why? So there's a story. Excellent. Literally just was. Well, then everything's coming up waggy today. Let me tell you. That's a very sharp knuckle. Maybe have a thumb. Yeah. No one puts their thumb on the back of their actual popsicle. Come on, man. Come on, man. So probably it's more like this, yeah? So thumb would come out something like that. But then this part of the hand is what's not quite right. Actually, not there. It's too thin. Bring down that eraser size. Okay. He's like, hey, that's not right. I always want to jam out when the Chrono Cross music comes on. Wanos is a nickname, kind of like how you Wanos is a nickname, kind of like how you take words like literally, but say witterally. Stuff like that in short, kind of dumbing down the original word's emphasis. I promise this is going somewhere. Growing up, I always had an unnaturally deep voice, but my vocals, being able to just fly through the roof, I could still do an obnoxiously high-pitched voice, and still can. Anywho, still, this is going somewhere, I swear. You know what? I am along for the journey. Turn that so I can get a different brush angle. Eh, come on, man. Take a second and fix this. So if we hold it like this, yeah? So it would actually be going the other way. Just artist things, you know? Now it's a floating popsicle stick. The joys of digital art, friends. Okay, that seems good. Oh, but also hand. I do think this hand has gotten a wee bit small, looking especially next to Hayner's hand. Better. Then we just adjust this arm a wee bit. I can turn him off a little bit so I can... Yep. There we go. Clean that up, clean that up. Also from my young age, I drew this little tiny mini character who's just this adorable little thing. I'll have to show you, he's literally like my icon. Anywho, in a way, at the time, he was kind of the OC to represent myself. Just a small character with a visor and a scarf, and he's always stuck around. I swear, I know none of it seems relevant, but no, I see, it feels like it's going somewhere, but bear with me here. Haha! Excellent emoji work. Along the lines of having fun, I'd have this obnoxious persona with a high-pitched voice, and I evolved that obnoxious persona into a name That being Lil Wanos. Context is self-implied here, but Lil Wanos, just being a childish little version of Janos, aka me. It was funny. Okay, alright. Still on for this ride. Oop, that is an eraser, Geoff. An eraser. Eraser. Okay. Clean up here. Yep. Yep. And then, yeah. Get the hair out of the ice cream. Oopsie daisy. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, this is alright. This is alright. So, okay. At some point, I just slapped on the name to the character I drew. And now Lil Wanos is this fun little obnoxious character I have as a side gag and artistic gig for myself. And I don't know. He's fun and my favorite thing in the world. In an odd way, the character's kind of like my self-made brand. I think that makes total sense. It's like, I mean, obviously their characters aren't like super cutesy, but like, you know, Penny Arcade, right? How clearly you've got Gabe, who represents the artist, Mike Krahulik, and Tycho, who represents the writer, Jerry Holkins. And like, they got their own mascots, you know, and it's them, and in a lot of ways it's their voice, but distorted. So you refer to yourself as Wanos sometimes just because of special attack? That's awesome. I mean, honestly, that is super good branding. It's very handy. Were you still choosing to stream? Or just get your art out there anyway? Like, do you share your art in any way these days? I know you called it on streaming. What happened there? Should probably get the character reference up, huh? There we go. Were you choosing to stream, you'd definitely use Lil Wanos as that brand every step of the way. Lil Companion. It's funny, I don't draw myself in comics as much as I used to. Like, you know, now that we actually have some stories and some characters, like, a lot of the stuff that I do is, you know, with our Core Toons stuff. So I've got like our kind of our own mascot characters, but I used to always kind of use myself as a mascot. Although it's really funny, it's gone through a lot of different variations over time. And bring up a different window, different canvas. It's funny, I think I showed this on stream once, but like the way that I used to draw myself when I was like a kid was like this big, like tiny ear, right? And then this like super big head, which I guess is kind of true to life. And the hair was like this, and the big eyes, a teeny nose, triangle, Dorito there. But then like, this was not the end of the hair, right? For some reason, my hair looked nothing like this. I was just like, yeah, you know what? He's gonna have giant blades of hair sticking out from his forehead, like some sort of triple unicorn child. And that was me. Thinking about Facebook and Instagram? Yeah, Instagram, we've settled on it. And I know there's some controversy. about the AI piece of things over there. Obviously, as a relatively small artist, I'm not as concerned, but for artists, it still seems to be a good community. And if you're looking to just kind of share, have the most options available, I feel like Instagram is still really good for that. I know if you're looking to work with more artists, you can go to like Blue Sky or Kara. Those are getting more traction with the actual creators. It's interesting. Yeah, Twitter, no, I haven't been on Twitter in a long time. You didn't draw yourself for a long time. Yeah, so I used to have a super like, so this was me like at one point, then like another one I had the like hair part going. So like then this was me like that for a while. And then like in my Super Penny Arcade inspired days, I was very much like, you know, more like this. And then like I was like, okay, I need to develop, you know, my own style of things. And then I totally, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what do I want to draw myself like? So I've kind of settled into more of a rhythm with it lately, with doing some of our like slice of life comics about family and stuff. But it took me a while to find like, 'cause, like I didn't want to just fall back on any of the old stuff that I'd done, and it took me a while to kind of find my rhythm with drawing myself. So it was because it kind of just came out different every single time. Whee! Bye bye. You don't think you've actually changed much about how you represent yourself? Interesting. So it doesn't necessarily change over time as you change and your artistic inspirations change? That's better. Lil Lanos is completely unrelated. I don't think I've changed a single aspect about him since a child. To be fair, his whole design is built on simplicity. A lot of the best designs are. That's the thing you haven't... Really? Because we've had quite a few conversations about growth and as both an artist and a person. So I find that hard to believe. Yeah, no? Aha, aha. Shh. Just saying, man. Okay. Just keep the lines on there fairly gentle. Oh, you meant physically. Artistically, duh, lol. Duh, lol. I hear you on that front. I had my growth spurt mostly between like the 5th and the 6th grade, and I've grown like 1.5 inches since then. Good times. Okay, so these kind of... Okay, you know what? Let's just clean that up and start again. Yeah, really, like, so... Yeah, I'm only like 1.5 inches taller than I was in the 6th grade. 5'11" to 6'3". So I'm just below average height. He's sitting at about 5'8", 5'8.5". So I was like 5'7" in 6th grade. And what was a great illustration of my failing to continue to grow was playing basketball around that time. So I've always loved this story because it's such a good illustration of it. But like, I started playing basketball in the 5th grade. And at that time, I was like the tallest guy there. I was center. Took a while to get there though. Like he got to 5'11" or just 6 feet around the same age, completely stopped and then jumped up again. I think I started drinking a lot of caffeinated soda in high school, and that might have interfered with me getting any additional boost. Maybe. That's what I like to tell myself. But honestly, who knows? This could just be what I'm meant to be, and that's cool too. Okay, extend that one down just a little bit. Maybe it ends there. But so yeah, center, 5th grade. Move on to 6th grade. Growth has slowed down quite a bit. Now I'm power forward. Move on to 7th grade. Now I'm shooting forward. 8th grade, shooting guard. Freshman year, point guard. 10th grade, team statistician. So probably most likely on the caffeine, because you did 2 and then health problems hit like a truck and you stopped. Interesting. Oop, that is an eraser, Geoff. That's at least twice tonight. Come on, man. Get it together. Okay. What is the deal? Those actual shoelaces? Did they not put details in there? I found your secret, Tetsuya Nomura. No, just kidding. I don't know. I can just draw something vaguely, right? I mean, this is also going to be fairly small, so I'm not going to obsess a whole lot about the detail here. So here, this does come around like this. So make sure to draw that lip. It's good. Just this little bit in here. Okay. Close that up a little bit. Okay. So what do we actually have here? There we go. All right, pretty good. Wait, what were we talking about again? You were telling me why you refer to yourself as Wanos. And giving me the backstory behind Lil Wanos. Yeah, I believe that is the manner by which we arrived here. Okay, then yes, then out of here. Merge these. Ba-ba-ba. There. That is not really a super clear seam. And then, yeah, So any other good Janos Wanos trivia? Also, by the way, if you do end up posting art on Instagram or Facebook, let me know, because I'd love to see your work, actually. Because I know we've talked about art so much. Too much curve there, bring it here. Well, what I was asking, just yeah, is there any more trivia that any fun, since I believe the topic of the night is Janos. Yes, I am the best topic overall. See, this is one of the things, like, I remember from art class, you know, when I was back in school, and that I didn't realize I missed it until I realized that, you know, it had existed and didn't anymore. Just like the chatting, like, while I work, like, just yeah, I guess it's one of the reasons that I love being here on Twitch, actually. It's just fun, right? Which is funny because most of the time I would categorize myself as an introvert. But I guess when you're in that kind of creative zone, it can kind of, I don't know, having the conversation, having something going can kind of free up your brain to do what it actually wants to do without you trying to tell it what to do. Maybe. Is that what I'm trying to say? Okay, so I think this should be lower. Okay, you know what? You know what? Actually, I did like that line. Let's leave that line for now. Bring you up. Okay. Then this should probably be more like here. We would just have like this guy coming down. A lot like on the other side. Except a little more on the edge. A little more rounded corner there. I don't know. Give me an idea. Okay. All right. So we know you're kind of an animal person, right? Spiders, snakes. I don't know where I was going with this. Okay. What's like the most surprising pet then that you've ever had, for people who would think of you more as like the reptiles and lizards type? Yeah, making the shoelace thing kind of just like an up arrow / house, but that's cool. I kind of like how it looks, actually. I think it sort of fits in with what Nomura did, at least at this scale. I mean, did he quite possibly draw something much more detailed than the original? Probably. Something like that, I think will work there. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's fix that a little bit. Okay, almost there. That is, again, an eraser. I feel like I should have a tally on the screen. That's too small. Let's go 8. That's pretty good. Jump back up here. That's a little too big. The most surprising? Nothing really. I've kept it pretty plain Jane. Well, at least as well as you can regarding spiders. I refuse to get anything too crazy like centipedes because they will bite you eventually, and scorpions don't pique an interest in me. Disgusted by regular insects, especially as they're pests, and well, yeah. That's right, I do remember we've had a conversation about crickets, especially. Okay, let's just compare. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just, hand comparing. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, okay. Still, this hand could be a little bigger. All right, so first up. He needs to come in here. Popsicle is pretty good. Let me sign like this. And just maybe a little bit more there. Yeah, I think that makes it a little more even. Okay. Sorry, I'm locked in now. I had to do some things. You have my 100% attention because nothing means more to you in the world. I know. As long as it stays, in good fun, I think it's fine. Right? Like you're doing the whole bit. It's good. Because to be fair, it is a fun bit to play. Here's a fun one. Hobbies. What is our weirdest hobbies? Wait, I collect spiders. Well, there's mine on the table. I'm trying to think how many hobbies do I actually have? Because speaking of cards on the table, day job, 2 kids, there's not a crazy amount of free time in my day. Because then I also am doing art, stream once a week, but most of the week I'm working on projects, right? I do Duolingo, so I like learning languages. I'm on a 1100 plus day streak right now, but that's, sometimes just throwing up a Hail Mary kanji lesson at 11:55 p.m. So I don't know if that always counts. At one point I was working on 4 languages at the same time. So Japanese, Mandarin, German, and Spanish. German I took in school. Is the one that I'm probably the most comfortable with. I wouldn't call myself fluent or anything. With then Korean and Portuguese would be on deck next, maybe, but I don't quite have time for that. I've gotten into Dungeons and Dragons a little bit lately, just because our library has a group that meets. It's all ages, so I can play with the kids, and that's super fun. But yeah, aside from that, and obviously we live here in Orlando, so we go to Disney. We have annual passes, so Disney is kind of a hobby. That's great. because we don't have to go like for a whole day. We can just go in the evening, go grab some food, maybe catch a ride or something real quick, and that's really nice. It is part of the reason that we moved here, and it has definitely helped maintain my sanity, without a doubt. So pet peeves, yes, pet peeves are great. My brain does this thing where that is actually part of the audio track. That's funny. Yeah, my brain does this thing where it doesn't really like to focus on negative stuff. So like, while I know that there are things that annoy me, I don't latch onto them. Like when I'm trying to think of them, it's like, what was that again? And it's hard for me to actually remember them. It's funny because the kids will like ask me, they're like, oh, daddy, what's your favorite, or what's your least favorite? Bleh. And I'm just like, I don't know. Brain doesn't work that way. Sorry, kids. But I know there's absolutely things that get to me. And when I see them or experience them, I'm like, yes, that. But then I'm like, then they go away and I'm like, I kind of like have this weird amnesia like thing about it. I guess I have other things that I like to focus on. I'm more excited to think about like my favorite stuff. Maybe I need to make this come down a little bit more. Maybe like that, and then I could. Whoa. That got weird. That was also very much the wrong tool. So then do that. Okay, I think that's good. All right. That's 2 kids done. I'm halfway there on inks. I've done like 1 per stream. It's not been fast. It's funny because like that is by far the less detailed part. But then again, you know, when stream is just 2 hours, and I'm not even getting to the piece until I'm like 20 minutes in. I should be a little fair to myself, I suppose. Next up will be our boy Roxas. So about that 100% attention. Where did you go? Did you have a nice trip? My buddy literally just sent me a random text, when's the last time I jumped in? And I'm just like, huh? Jumped into a game? A pool? Existential dread? Nope, that ninja just asked me when's the last time I jumped, straight up. When is the last time you jumped straight up? Now I'm just curious. It is Wano's trivia night, so jumping is included. The people want to know. That got weird with the pen pressure. Let's try this again. Nope. What? There we go. Better. Is it speed based? Interesting. I'm learning about this brush as I go. Alright. That's too much on that one there. All the time. I have copious amounts of energy, so I jump almost all the time, sometimes for no reason, especially when listening to certain music, so I tend to jump often then too. I also used to do daily jumping jacks, till I realized cardio is a lazy excuse to make yourself feel better. Wait. Isn't that... Wait. So probably within the last 48 hours, seeing as despite my concussion, I probably couldn't resist the urge to jump and feel like an eccentric weirdo. I mean, who can pass up that urge? For real, for real. I mean, I would classify myself amongst the eccentric weirdos. And honestly, it's not a bad place to be. If you're not an eccentric, who even are you? Outside of a normal everyday citizen. Exactly. I don't know. I think it's been one of those things where I don't know, I guess probably even the more recent years, I've come to this place of like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, you start to learn more who you are over time, and you're just like, yeah, this is me, and this really works for me, and I can't imagine living any way other than just being myself. Not that I hold anything against people who are, I guess, less eccentric, I guess I'd go with. Your Honor, I'm not a psycho, I'm just eccentric. I think you have to do the quote fingers with it. I'm just eccentric. I'm just a widow eccentric. I think that's the way, the delivery. Just a widow eccentric. That's like... I think that's the way. Sturdy ran over a family of five. I'm just a widow eccentric. So then it kind of comes around like that. Okay, that's good. Yes, yes. Actually, kind of. This hair's a little eccentric. Although this might be one of my favorite No More Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy style spiky hair protagonist. Wow, that word kind of didn't want to come out. Oh no, what have you done, Waggy? This is gonna spring a list of new inside jokes. This would have been a great one for the bot that I'm, you know, may or may not ever get around to building. I'm just a widow eccentric. Yeah, I can see it. I think it's gonna be good. And honestly, like, you know, this plays so well with the googly eyes. Like, imagine the power of saying that with the googly eyes. Yeah. Oh, it's good times. This is what I need in my life. Googly-eyed eccentricity. I really struggled through that one, but I got there. Now these need to be thicker. Okay, we still fit in with all the other characters, right? Yeah. There we go. What? Why are you choosing to be a thicker line now? Come on. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna be in my boss's office wearing that, and my excuse? I'm just a little eccentric. You're fired. So, I believe you mean fired. Oh, what is wrong with me? Although really, I feel like I just started sounding like the Homestar Runner. Thanks, Dwogbad. Thanks, the cheat. Thanks for breaking my cow lamp. Okay, come on, man. This brush. This brush has decided to just not give me the density dynamics that I want. Okay, so I do need to tilt them a little bit there. Do I need to check on the music? I feel like I need to check on the music. There we go. Yep. Was that in the music or was that buffering? Who knows? Who knows? It's okay. Alright, well, okay, it's 11:10, and I definitely need to go use the bathroom, so let's hit a quick break here. Yeah, let's hit a quick break here. I'm just gonna go grab some water, go to the bathroom. Yeah, and we'll be right back. I tried. Alright, yeah, see y'all in a couple minutes, Janos. Hey, we're back. I'm back. We're back. I'll have to let you know, as a parent of 2 kids who are still relatively young, it takes every fiber of my being to say bathroom instead of potty. And also there was definitely a period where I had to come to the realization that, like, in casual adult conversation, nobody says potty. Good times. Good times. Anyway, now that I've shared that little tidbit, let's get back to art. Oh man, what is this energy tonight? This information. I'll be right back. I have to go to the potty. Yeah, it's good. Good times. Good times all around. Okay. 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 Waggy, your bathroom breaks are now called potty breaks. This is new law. This new law is in accordance with the Book of Wano, subsection 4, article number 425. Okay. Okay. And the motion carries. Congratulations on this resounding victory. Mr. Owanos. It really just does start to sound like Homestar Runner at some point, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That would be so funny. Waggy, have you taken your potty break? Yeah. As they say, change approved. I don't know who they are, but they say it. They definitely say it. Don't at me. Oh my goodness. What a night. Good night. Fun night. So maybe something like that, and then I'll pick this up a little bit. What is this symbol? Do I have a better example of it somewhere in one of my references? Wait, are you there we go. Nope. Not a better example right there. Maybe that's it. Okay. Well, I can work with it. Again, this is not going to be huge, so it's not really the biggest of deals. I should move it up, though. Should be a right angle also. Is that a kid? So what I'm trying to hear is if this is a kid in... If I'm hearing a kid in my house or if I'm hearing a kid in the music. I don't hear it now. Your brain is going to go in dumb mode after this and you're going to tell your colleagues tomorrow. I'll be 1 sec. I need to go potty. Listen, I've absolutely done this. And there's no shame. There's no shame. They'll just be like, oh, do you have kids? Be like, no. Yeah, it's especially because, you know, I I work from home most of the time, so I definitely get so used to saying potty, and then yeah, I'll be like on a work trip and then tell my colleagues, oh, I'm just gonna go to the potty, and then usually nobody says anything, right? And then you just realize like 30 minutes later that you did it. You're like, oh no, what have I done? That's not the shape that I wanted. But also, Janos, I believe you know what the excuse is then if if they question you for saying potty. And the reason you said it is because you're a widow eccentric. Oh. I don't know if this is directly related to the eccentric comment, maybe about people's perception of eccentricity, but like, did you ask the colleague about drawing them? I'm curious if you did. I'm very curious about how this went. Did I just never draw the rest of his arm in the pencils? I mean, I drew enough to be able to tell what it's doing, but I don't think I ever drew that. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. Maybe more like that. Okay. Yeah. Every time that I work on this this piece, I am so glad that I did not choose for this to be the piece that I was gonna do for GDQ, because I think by the time I was choosing, I had something like 2 weeks, a week, to finish the piece, and there's so much ridiculous detail in Kingdom Hearts stuff. So your phone died. Oh man. Well, welcome back. You heard the question before that. Okay. Cool. Because I totally forgot that I'd asked the question for a second there. So that's very helpful that you remembered. Maybe that, okay. So I'm seeing that maybe the slope here is a little slow. So it actually curves in much higher up. Higher point to the collar there. In fact, this one maybe even a little more. They're coming out at us. And no, actually, with the mix of my concussion and being banished away from digital art, as well as, you know, just not seeing her at work at all lately, has made it basically not possible. So, fair, okay. Yeah, I know after our conversation about it, I realized, like, okay, I'm taking some of my own, like, personal, social discomfort and kind of projecting it in there. And so I didn't want to discourage you from doing something if you, like, felt totally comfortable, but yeah, I was just curious how it all worked out. Tis the end game goal, though. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Not quite, a little bit. I'll lay on my deathbed. I'll somehow move my deathbed over to her and say, "Hey, you smell nice. Can I put your facial physique on my paper?" Sorry, you probably didn't mean it to sound that level of creepy, and I apologize for projecting that inward and then just die. Oh no. No, no, no. Not like this. Okay, that's good. You're right, I meant it to sound worse. I'll lay on my deathbed, move it over to her, and say, "Hey, Don, how's it going?" I mean, you, Janos, you won't say, "Don, how's it going?" I was just greeting Don. "Don, what's up? Having a good night?" Don't worry, Janos, I will get back to what I was going to say. Just... That's a little bit high. Move that one on over. Better. And connect it the rest of the way there. Going well here. Going well here. Just enjoying some spirited discussion with Janos. What I was gonna say, Janos, from your chat was, you'd move it over and say, "Hello, you smell nice. Can I dwell you?" Sorry, I'm a little eccentric. Look at her say, "Hey, Don, how's it going?" Yeah, I mean that would work too. What? You've come into a very interesting conversation, Don. We've had a weird energy tonight, but it's been good. A good weird energy. I mean, we is also possibly just being me having the weird energy, but it's all good. Well, you draw. You're an artist as well. So we last week, I think, we were talking about. Yes. Hello. You smell noise. Can I dwell you? Oh goodness. We were talking about different comfort levels with drawing other people, and about, even approaching other people and asking like, hey, can I draw you? Me myself being the coward of all this, of the approach, and being like, I would have such a hard time doing that. And Janos was talking about approaching somebody. You think you'd hate that more than the creepy thing? I mean, you can get so cutesy that it just turns into like, you know, creepy intensifies. Anyway, that's kind of where this whole moment came from. Okay, that child sound was definitely still in the music. When you have kids, did you play the game of like, okay, kid sound that I just heard, was that on TV or was that, you know, my kids doing something? If you see me suddenly like pause and look off with like an intense look, it's because I'm trying to determine if kids are up. Bro, imagine walking up to someone and like turning your posture into this exaggerated animated swing hips and like twiddling your thumbs and going, "Ooh, can I draw you?" Oh man. That would be something. I guarantee it would be a very memorable moment for you and for the person. Save me the embarrassment, I'll collapse on the spot. Oh man, I literally just Gmon ragdoll right after. Yeah. That's gonna be my nightmare tonight. Me doing that. I think the question is then, is there a like clears throat before you turn your posture, or is it just straight up sliding into it? And there's gonna be an anime girl going, Waggy-kun. I'm not sure where this is going. I'm assuming it's with the drawing. Hopefully it's the drawing. I mean, if it's an actual anime human, then the whole vibe makes sense. Wano's channel, bitch. Inspiration strikes. So much energy for you. Sorry, I do not wish to overload the concussion. we can cool it. I was gonna say, it reminds me, the conversation about approaching people. It makes me think of caricature artists, and I know some of the folks that I've run into through like our different like the graphic kids comics events that I've done, and have come in from caricatures and oftentimes from caricatures into animation, and like seeing their work is actually really incredible, and like what they can really bring to life with the skills that they develop from doing that is incredible. But the courage is what always gets to me, because like and I think even one of them had said something about like how, you know, like you learn to develop a thick skin about it. Get what could show artists. This will forever be the stream that is known as the one where I broke Janos. Okay, so I definitely did kind of just forget to draw the rest of the arm there. So let's do that, huh? And the hand, let's double check. Maybe a little bit big. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You know, I can just make this easier on myself. I'm not really particularly attached to this arm. In the drawing, I'm attached to my real arm. In real life. Okay, I feel like that's getting more proportional to the rest of the characters. Getting there. So this would actually be his right hand. Very good. I'm going to fight the perfectionist in me and just move on. Not like this. Tomorrow I'll be speaking in 5-year-old tongue. Pray for me. Pues fueros. I need to stop this because I'm not helping and I apologize. I just, you know, sometimes you just can't stop. Or should I say pray for me? Yep. Same thing. Same thing. I'm pointing at my chat monitor. There's not just like a random Janos over here off to the side. I promise. Nope. Nope. So Don, if we haven't sent you running away at top speed, what's going on today? What you up to? Not running at all? Okay. Sorry. You know, it's weird. Like, it takes me a second to connect to what I just said. What I just asked you. Not running. I'm glad you're still around. How could they? After all, they're probably just staying around for the Janos show. I'm just that amazing and gorgeous. I mean, you do keep things lively for sure. One moment, apparently I was so shaken that I just moved my hand, but then my stylus stayed fixed in the same spot in space. That was super weird. Please be please. I would we need the validation. Relaxing and chilling, usual stuff. Good, good, good. What am I doing? Okay, so the shoe probably, so the pants are gonna come there probably. Trying to say this 5 times fast. The validation, validation. That is hard to say. Is that what you're trying to say? Clearly I'm struggling. Yes, don't worry, I make everything difficult. Everything like being bored. Oh, I don't really know where I was going with this. That's why they love me. The crowd goes wild for Wanos. Crowd of 2 viewers. You know, that's 2 more than 0. You know, Janos, I could do a quote bot that like looks like it's just pulling randomly generated quotes, but like literally every one of them is just Janos saying ooh woo. Maybe that's just funnier in my head than than in actuality, but that kind of cracks me. Random quote number 785. Janos. Ooh. You know, I think it works. I think it's got some real potential there. Why are all characters that Nomura draws wearing such wrinkly pants? What? That's the weirdest way I've ever started saying pants in my life. You can't quote me saying ooh woo. I will widowy quai. Widowy. That is a good one. Oh man. Widowy quai. Oh man, I'm not sure. Like we went from doing the whole bit with the doing the did to this, and I'm not sure if it's like improvement or just a slow spiral into insanity. My brain is lacking cells again. Can we transition to the part of the stream where somehow the fewer cells I have, the more intelligent I sound? Yes. We can mix them. The problem is there's no R's in the do the did. So how do we do that? How do we mix them? Our scientists said it couldn't be done. Also, it still creeps me out when I realize that it looks like there are teeth on the bottom of Roxas's shoe in the reference. Super weird, bro. Okay, when you type it, you can definitely add the W's. I was doing the did when the did do was doing the did. Sir, I can't read this. My children will see this someday. What about the children? Actually, my children, if you are sometime in the future watching this ever, please know that I don't expect you to watch every single stream that I've ever done. If you're doing it, please stop. You have better things to do with your life. I'm not the kind of parent to be like, hey kids, you must watch every stream. Please know, Waggy's children of the future, I am the sole reason your father kept stream. Well, I would definitely say that you have been a boon to streaming and a reason that I look forward to it. That's for certain. Draw the weird shoe teeth. Don't think too much about it. Okie dokie. Sure. Oh, that shoe, that shoe got gigantic. Okay, we have to do something about this. This is out of hand. Humble or arrogant? Humble or arrogant? Humble or arrogant? As you should. Janos picked arrogant. Janos, I'm thinking of so many different bot commands that could be spawned from this conversation. Okay, so first up, this shoe. Gonna bring the shoe teeth in here. The question was Nomura like, well, shoes have tongues, why not just draw teeth as well? I am living content. I am him. Okay, bring that. Ooh. Okay, better. Okay. I mean, I know the Kingdom Hearts characters, the shoes are large, but I think I went a little bit too into the clown shoes here. Wait, you're using me for content? How dare you? Okay, yep, nope, that's the final stretch for me. I'm worn out. I would never. Oh, I will also adjust this. This got a little bit weird. So anywho, in all seriousness, how's the week been for you? Good. Things are busy. There's stuff going on. Not bad stuff necessarily, just stuff. In virtually every aspect of my life. So it's, I'm working on very, very near wrapping up our pitch packet for submitting our graphic novel, which it's about a month and a half later, 2 months almost later than I really wanted to. I wanted to be done much earlier, but I just couldn't get to finishing the sample pages in time. So that's wrapping up. I'm now just doing a little bit of spot art for the character section, so that's good times. I'm really excited about that. I love this project, and I'm excited to kind of get it out, take the first steps in getting it out to in the hands of an agent to see if they're interested in representing us and helping us get it out further. Working on a pet portrait, that's good times, trying to wrap that up. Our group kids comics studio is working on an anthology project. We've been part of the Ashley and I have been part of the publication committee, planning out what it'll be, and now I'm actually we're getting to working on the actual comic that we'll be submitting to be part of it. So that's super cool. I'm really excited about that as we're starting to get the story together. Just like a short 4-page deal. That'll be good. Yeah, we got some travel coming up in the future that I'm working on, figuring out details for. So that's going on. It's just kind of everywhere. We've had some health stuff in the house that we've been attending to as well. So just it's been much better than it was for a stretch, and that's nice. But better late than never. But what if never was better than late? What if never was the positive alternative to late, as never prevents conflict or potential several complications versus avoiding the situation altogether, letting it go and starting new? Or didn't do little doing, done did whilst done. That's I can't. It's past so we're now getting to the part where my brain is not keeping up as much. Although, hey, at least we're, usually at this point in the stream, we're at quiet time, Geoff, where I'm just kind of here, sort of. So I'm still here and talking, so that's good. That's progress. Now that's what I call progress 5. Are they still making those albums? The Now That's What I Call Music? Is that still a thing? I just gave you an idea? Okay. We're at the part of the stream where I'm just here. What about the part of the stream where I'm just not here? You vanish from your chair for 2 hours and the stream adds a profit. It would be my favorite Waggy stream for sure. Ninja vanish. No, that's oh man. Just meanders, like get up and meander away. Not a single word, just like. Okay, I was really coming back. You know. Bro, why this content is so good, yo? That's what we do here. We make gold content. Nothing but gold. Solid gold. Oh well, this stream sucks. I'll move on. You know, I gotta keep it sustainable, right? I can't keep the content that high level for, you know, forever. You gotta, you know, keep the baseline manageable for sure. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not how this works. That's how that works. Physics and stuff. This is some good entertaining right here. Are you both referring to the part where I was just gone? Although, man, it would sure be easier to get my my stream time up if all I had to do was just have chair streams where nothing happens. You know, the worst part is knowing this year's main demographic for comedic content is focused around that kind of thing. You uploaded a 2-hour VOD and just said, "Wag stream, but I vanished for 2 hours and come back for 1 minute to scream and end the stream." It would probably get somewhat decent positive reception. Yeah, you know what? You know what? That's probably true. It's like, it's the high art end of it, really, you know. A little bit more across there. There we go. That. Truly a stream of streams, as I say. So then maybe get a little bit like that, just a hint that it bends. That. What are my favorite songs? That is an excellent question, which I am never prepared to answer. It really varies. I have like a handful of favorites. I also have like a super eclectic. Well, not super eclectic, but I listen to a wide range of music. I don't. Yeah. Anytime I say y'all, somebody has a stroke and dies for some reason. Just thought I'd say that. Why did that break me? Oh. Listen, you know what? I've got to say y'all is a very useful word. It is, so many languages have a plural you, and English, we could just use regular you, I guess, but like, it doesn't feel right. So I feel like y'all is the plural you that we so desperately need in English. I will actually stand up for the y'all. Although you could replace it with yous guys, and I would accept that as well. So Uncharted 4 Thief's End soundtrack. Yeah, I do love soundtracks. They're really nice to listen to, especially if you're working. You lost it when you went to Japan and heard one Korean Muslim guy say y'all. Such a universal word. But yeah, I will defend any form of English colloquial plural you as being entirely useful. Yeah, so for soundtracks, like a classic one for me is always the Chrono Cross soundtrack. It's got such good depth and variety. I used to listen to a lot of Final Fantasy soundtracks. Sometimes if I was looking for something just really light and easy, even like the Animal Crossing hourly stuff was fun. Yeah, I agree. That's an awesome. I haven't actually played any of the Uncharted series, so I don't recognize the music, but maybe I'll look it up. I agree. Like, there's some, like, I have pockets of favorite songs. It's more like I'll get really into one song for a while, and then it just kind of is added to the pantheon of favorite songs, but never, not necessarily let it stand out as like the song. Yeah, I think so amongst my pantheon, I would go with like the Strokes Electricityscape is one of my favorites. Matt and Kim, Wires, BTS, DNA. Those are just a handful of them, but and I'm now totally prepared to be dragged from my musical taste, but that's okay. But so Janice, it's not hard for you to pick a favorite. You're so selective with music and the way you listen to it and explore it. So have a deep understanding for what you expect and want to look for how to find and how to expand. TLDR, I like music. Yeah. So do you have anything that you go to like when you're looking for something that you just like is comfortable and like feels good to listen to? Do you have like, I guess that's kind of a definition of favorite, but as the person who asked. Right. Ooh, now we got away from me a little bit. It is funny how much time I'm spending on the detail of these shoes when, like, when you zoom out to the whole piece, it's gonna be, like, fairly tiny. So this is the hand that he has the rings on, although if it's bent like that, you might not see them. So you have temporary favorites and, of course, you know, actual favorites. And what determines it is cling to it for a while until it gets old. That way similar, and that's what's called a temp favorite. Love me some music, can't go a day without humming some kind of tune. Yeah, absolutely. Easy to recognize when it's going to have a temp favorite and when not. Interesting. Sometimes it's what like just having it in my head where I replay it over and over again, and seeing if I really get truly tired of it. That's what can tell me whether it'll elevate itself to the pantheon of songs. But I can't tell ahead of time. We sing a lot of Disney music in our house. We're a big Disney household as well. And yeah, there's a lot of those tunes that are they're really solid. I don't know if I'd put them up at my favorite though. Yeah, it's hard to say. I strum a little bit of guitar, but I was in chorus when I was in school and stuff. So I love music. I like singing a lot. It's good times. You tried going a whole day without singing and it's just not possible. Oh man, what can I ask? What gave you the idea? Like, I need to try to go a day without singing. But that was not what I wanted. There we go. If you don't know, I listen to music all day, every day at such a competitive scale. It's gotten to a point that my friends don't share music anymore because your response is usually, heard it. But apart of it, just listen to tons of indie for a year, which is super broad and usually the genre people go to expand. Indie is one of my favorite genres. Haven't been as into that in the last, it's harder to listen to. Well, I got out of the habit of listening to it. I used to listen to a lot of music in the car, but now that's largely dominated by kids' DVDs. So then it kind of varies. I'll be on Twitch a lot while I'm working in the background now. I've been catching up. I've been watching Critical Role's third campaign, and that's great to listen to while I'm working a lot of time because I can kind of pay attention, but I don't have to pay super attention. I don't have to watch it. But then sometimes I go through phases with music, and it just kind of varies. Extremely broad, so I feel there's not a human that hasn't listened to indie. Wanted to test and just see. Mission failed. Oh, holy moly, we are already at midnight. Alright, so I will call it on drawing for now. This is pretty good. We finished Alette, got Roxas almost entirely done. I can probably go in and detail some more stuff, but this is not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. But I will hang out for a bit and just chatting, because this is fun. Excuse me. Folk acoustic is a genre I've been exploring a lot more recently this year. But back on track. Jeez, I got sidetracked. Do you mean side-twacked? Sorry, apparently I'm just going to go back to this horse over and over again. Yeah, we usually put music on during mealtime in our house, which is really nice, and that'll go from everything to like jazz covers of Disney stuff, steel drums, even trying to find like some traditional Chinese or Japanese music. Yeah, just kind of we try to switch it up. We do lo-fi sometimes, like chill hop, things like that. Usually stuff without words, so we can have some conversation. You think you have an iPod built in your chest? That's awesome. Spend 8 hours cycling through music all day. Most of it passes. Plays are very expansive, but not as impressive as my other competitive music friendos. Not because they don't listen, but because I'm extremely picky. If it doesn't stop you in your tracks or have you singing or humming or actually shocked, you'll ignore it. Otherwise, you'll add it to your playlist. Then at the end of the year, divide them all into a playlist. The scientists are to blame. It's like Iron Man, but it's an iPod. Just spending a day organizing and reselling. That's awesome. So that's the kind of thing that I'm terrible at. Like, I'm great at aggregating lists of stuff and collections of stuff, but then going back when it's grown to its inevitable chaotic critical mass and actually organizing it and thinning, I have a real hard time with that. But that's fun too, because you get the chance to kind of look back at the year and like, what music was I interested in? What was good? What worked? I know music is really tied to memory. Usually there are rules in place as to pique your interest, at least what you noticed. Has to have a good melody, a good chorus, good lyrics to become interested. But your self-made rule is a good interlude or big finale done correctly, musically speaking. Instant wins. Interesting. That's how you go through music. You're specific. Okay. I appreciate that there's a method to it. Like, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's rules, like if there's anything that I've really picked up on for me. I don't know that there's a whole lot to it, I think. Temp faves you'll get over, but have had a few great favorites over the last few years that you can't stop listening to and just can't find a way to let go of them. I mean, you don't have to let go of them. That's the best part. Someone get this iPod out. Somebody help. You can't remove it. What will happen to you? As long as you don't have to actually use iTunes to manage it, you're probably okay. Yeah, so I never got so far into music theory. Like I picked up some doing chorus, and with a little bit of instruments that I've studied, but like I think like overwhelmingly minor chord songs are a bit too much, but I feel like there's got to be some of that, like the minor tone in it, usually lifting into a major chord of some kind. Is something that really gets my attention, although that's still a lot of songs do that, so there's more to it than that. I don't think I know the music theory to describe exactly what it is. Retro synthwave-esque songs. Gold by the Ivy. Pacing Like a Lion by Color Palette. Okay. No, that's good. It's good to have examples, and yeah, I probably am gonna go grab those and check them out after stream, just to get a feel for it. Yeah, I don't know that I have any one specific genre of music that I really center on. Maybe some that I am less interested in, but I still have songs that I like across most genres. And I feel like songs encapsulate human experience, right? And to some extent, we've all lived parts of most songs, and they can speak to us in some ways. Well, if you do want examples for songs I genuinely love and recommend, I'm your guy. After all, I'm the best. The music guru. Hey, you know what? It's good to have a music guru. These 3 songs are all in my top 5 list of favorite songs. Okay. I'm half expecting that you're getting ready to troll us, although you do seem serious about music, but like, if you put the hamster dance song in there, I'll know. Okay. Just watching for the list, by the way. I have not fallen asleep, I promise. Mercurial by Picture Atlantic. Eat, Sleep, Wake by Bicycle Club. That does. Okay. Cool. That came out really high pitched. Cool. Bang, bang, bang. Have I heard that one? I don't. So yeah, I haven't paid as much attention to pop music lately. Like, lately being like years. Still know a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm more likely to catch K-pop stuff. I'll even know that I'm not super up on as of late. Well, cool. I will look forward to checking those out. It's always nice. When you're a programmer or an artist, it's great to have nice music around to keep you going. That is for sure. All right. it's been a fun night, but I do think I need to call it. It's about 12:15, and yeah, work tomorrow, all that good stuff. Janos, it has been it's been a fun night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I don't know if you heard Bang Bang. It's been wild, yeah. But a good wild. Yeah, you too, Don. Thanks for coming by. It's been nice having you hang out and chatting with you. It's always good to see you. But yeah, so we'll be back next Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, as usual. Widow we like. Have a good day tomorrow at work. Yeah, I'll be back next Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you're watching this, if you're lurking, hey, thanks. I appreciate the lurk. Have a great night. If you're watching the VOD or on YouTube, I appreciate you're letting me share this with you. Thanks for the views. Yeah, it's been fun. Okay, before I just completely lose it. Yeah, have a good night. I'll see you next time, Janos. Good luck not telling people potty at work tomorrow. One more music recognition. Okay, all right, one more. I'll hang. Just remember the answer if they look at you like, sorry, I'm a widow eccentric. Insomnia by Superfan in Cali. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna after I cut stream, go back and grab these and check them out later. But yeah, all right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a good night. Bye.